Good morning, students. Last class we have completed the vapor pressure. Then next one is the vapor pressure of liquid solution or Raoult's law for the liquid and liquid solution. So before going to that derivation, first of all we have to know about the what is the Raoult's law for the liquid and liquid solution. Here, so this is a beaker. It contains the solution. Solution means this is solution contain solution equal to solute plus solvent. Okay na? So the solution contain the solute plus solvent. But what type of the solute solvent present in the solution? The solution contain two completely miscible volatile liquids. Means solute also volatile liquid and solvents also volatile liquid. Understood what I said? Then the solution contain two completely miscible volatile liquids. So this is the solution, it contain the two completely miscible volatile liquids. So this type of the solution taken in the beaker and it is closed with lid. So that is the closed container. So at this closed container, what we are observing? So both are volatile liquids now. Both liquids will form the vapors. So the solute volatile liquid also form the vapors, and solvent that is also volatile liquid, it is also form the vapors. So both solute solvent will form the vapors. Understood what I said? After that, again these vapors exert the pressure on its liquid surface at equilibrium state. Again, the vapors of the solute and solvent exert the pressure on the liquid surface at equilibrium state. That means the vapor pressure is exerted by the both volatile liquids of solute and solvents. Understood what I said? So that means at equilibrium state, the pressure exerted by the each component is called partial pressure. At equilibrium state, here the vapor pressure exerted by the solute. Vapor pressure exerted by the solute is partial pressure of the solute. At equilibrium state, the vapor pressure exerted by the solvent is called partial pressure of the solvent. Understood what I said? Therefore, what is the total pressure of the solution means total vapor pressure of the solution means nothing but the sum of partial pressure of the solute and partial pressure of the solvent is nothing but total vapor pressure. Total vapor pressure. Are you understand what I said? So based on that one concept, according to the Raoult's law, Raoult's law is a French scientist. He was give the one statement. So according to this one concept, what is the Raoult's law? So according to the Raoult's law, the solution contain the two volatile liquids. The solution contain two volatile liquids in which the partial pressure of the component in the solution, partial pressure of the component in the solution is directly proportional to the partial pressure of the component in the solution is directly proportional to the mole fraction of its component. Mole fraction of its component in the solution. So that is about the Raoult's law. So what is Raoult's law means? According to the Raoult's law statement, the solution contain two volatile liquids in which the partial pressure of the each component in the solution is directly proportional to its mole fractions. So that is one of the definition of Raoult's law. Then another one definition is the solution containing the two volatile liquids in which the partial pressure of the each component is equal to the mole fraction of that component in the solution. Mole fraction of, for example, this is partial pressure of the solute, that is equal to the mole fraction of the component in the solution. That means mole fraction of solute present in the solution is multiplied with vapor pressure of the pure component in the solution. Vapor pressure of the pure component in the solution. That means the vapor pressure of the pure component means vapor pressure of the solute. That is also definition of what is that? Raoult's law. So once again, what is the Raoult's law statements? Two statements are there. Statement one is The solution is contained in the two volatile liquids in which the vapor pair of each component in the solution, vapor pair of the solute in solution or vapor pair of the solvent in the solution, is directly proportional to its mole fraction. Means the vapor pair of the solute in the solution is equal to or directly proportional to its mole fraction, or vapor pair of the solvent in the solution is directly proportional to its mole fraction. So that is one of the definition. Or second one definition, the solution containing two volatile liquids in which the vapor pair of the each component in the solution is equal to the mole fraction of that component in the solution is multiplied with vapor pair of that component in the pure state. That is about the two statements of the Raoult's law. So based on these statements, we can derive the Raoult's law for the liquid in liquid solution. Then next one is derivation. Then next one is how to derive the Raoult's law for the liquid in liquid solution. Just now I am telling you one example. What is the statements of Raoult's law? Then see this is a solution. It is a binary solution. Binary solution means the solution contained in the solute plus solvent. But here solute plus solvent both are what type of the compounds? Both are volatile liquids. Volatile liquids. This is also volatile liquid. This is also volatile liquid. So that's why this is a solution. It is a binary solution containing two components or two volatile liquids. So here first one volatile liquid is A, second volatile liquid is B. Means solute is A, solvent is B. Okay. Then next one, at given temperature, the mole fraction of the solute is XA. Mole fraction of the solvent is XB. Means Xi A, Xi B. Mole fraction is represented by the symbol Xi A, Xi B. Then next one is the partial pressure of the solute. Partial pressure of the solute means the pressure exerted by the only solute is called partial pressure of the solute. The partial pressure of the solute is PA. Partial pressure of the solvent is PB. Okay. Then next one is pressure exerted by the compound in the pure state. That means the vapor pressure of the pure solute P naught A. Vapor pressure of the pure solvent is P naught B. Understand what I said? Then next one is according to the Raoult's law statement. What I told Raoult's law statement, the partial pressure of the each component in the solution is directly proportional to its mole fraction. So this is the first one statement, this is second one statement. Both are same. What is first one statement? The partial pressure of the each component in the solution is directly proportional to its mole fraction. Means the partial pressure of the solute, partial pressure of solute means PA, is directly proportional to its mole fraction, means Xi A. Means partial pressure of the solute is equal to removal of directly proportional, they are taken the constant, that is constant is P naught A, Xi A into P naught A. So that is the second statement. What I told second statement? The partial pressure of the component in the solution is equal to the its mole fraction of that component in solution is multiplied with vapor pressure of that component in the pure state. So this is second definition, this is first definition. So like that, this is the solute. This is solute. Then next one is solvent. For solvent, the partial pressure of the solvent means PB. This is for solute, this is for solvent. PB is directly proportional to its mole fraction, Xi B. Therefore, PB is equal to Xi B into P naught B. So this is the partial pressure of the solute, partial pressure of the solvent. Then what is about the vapor pressure of the solution? The total pressure of the solution or total vapor pressure of the solution is obtained from the Dalton's law of partial pressure. What is the Dalton's law of partial pressure? The total exerted by the component in the solution is equal to the or sum of partial pressure of each component. That is called Dalton's law of partial pressure. That means according to the Dalton's law of partial pressure, according to Dalton's law of partial pressure, the total pressure P is equal to total pressure of the solution P is equal to sum of partial pressure of all component in the solution. total pressure of the solution is P is equal to sum of partial pressure of all component. How many component? Solute to solvent. Their sum means PA plus PB. Therefore P is equal to, what is the PA? PA means xi A into P naught B. PA is equal to xi A into P naught A plus here xi B into P naught B. Therefore P is equal to here xi A means we can write like this: the mole fraction of the solute plus mole fraction of the solvent is always equal to 1. Therefore mole fraction of the solute xi A is equal to 1 minus xi B, no? So to substitute these values in this xi A. So instead of xi A, what we can write? 1 minus xi B into P naught A plus xi B into P naught B. Therefore P is equal to P naught A minus xi B P naught A plus xi B P naught B. Okay. Then next one is P is equal to here xi B P naught B minus xi B P naught A. Here xi B P naught B. This is first one I write. Minus xi B P naught A. Xi B P naught A plus P naught A. So we can write like this. Then total pressure P is equal to, here xi B is common value. To separate the xi B, therefore P naught B minus P naught A into xi B plus P naught A. So this is the total pressure of the solution. So this is one of the derivation. Then next derivation. So in this equation, instead of xi A, I am taking the 1 minus xi B. In case instead of xi B, if you take 1 minus xi A, then what about the next one equation? Then see that one also. So this is equation 1. Then next one step is here. From this point, second one equation, what I told here, P is equal to xi A into P naught A plus xi B into P naught B. Therefore P is equal to, instead of xi B, so first one I am taking, instead of xi A 1 minus xi B I am taking. Now instead of xi B I am taking the 1 minus xi A. Then xi A into P naught A plus 1 minus xi A means xi B is equal to 1 minus xi A into P naught B. Therefore P is equal to xi A into P naught A plus P naught B minus xi A into P naught B. Again P is equal to, see here, xi A P naught A minus xi B P naught B plus P naught B. See here, xi A into P naught B minus xi A into P naught B. Okay. P is equal to xi A into P naught A. This is P naught A. Okay. Minus xi A into P naught B. This is plus P naught B. Understood? Then next P is equal to, here xi A is common value now. Therefore P naught A minus P naught B into xi A plus P naught B. So this is the second one equation. So this is about the Raoult's law derivation. Then next one is by using this one, I will write the one graph. Next one point is from this equation, following conclusions are obtained from this equation. Point number 1 is the total pressure over the solution is depending on the mole fraction of any one of the component. Means the mole fraction of the component increase, total pressure of the component, total pressure of the solution, what happen now? Increase. That's why the total pressure over the solution is depending on the mole fraction of any one of the component, either solute or solvent. That is first one point. Then second one point is the total pressure over the solution is linear function of mole fraction of component 2. Here mole fraction of component 2 increase, the total pressure over the solution is increased according to this one equation. So based on this equation, total pressure over the solution is linear function of mole fraction of component 2. Then next one is depending on the vapor power of pure component 1 and 2. Means vapor power of pure component solute or pure component solvent. So depending on the vapor power of the pure component of solute or solvent, the total pressure over the solution is increase or decrease with increase the mole fraction of component 1. Depending on the vapor power of pure component 1 and 2, the total pressure over the solution is increase or decrease with increase the mole fraction of the component 1. So these 3 points are obtained from these equations. Then next one is the graph. Then next one is the graph is plotted between the vapor pressure versus mole fraction of the component. That means the graph is plotted between the vapor pressure P versus mole fraction of A or vapor pressure P versus mole fraction of B component. Here this is the vapor pressure of the component taken in this y-axis. Here mole fraction is taken in the x-axis. So this is vapor pressure, this is mole fraction is equal to 1, means mole fraction of solute equal to 1. Here xb is equal to 0, mole fraction of solvent equal to 0. Here another one line is there. Here mole fraction of the solute equal to 0, mole fraction of the solvent equal to 1. Why means here XA means mole fraction of solute, mole fraction of solvent. So in mole fraction concept I told the mole fraction of solute plus solvent is always equal to 1. That's why here solute equal to 1, then automatically solvent equal to 0. Then total is equal to 1. Here also solute is equal to 0, solvent equal to 1, total equal to 1. So in this direction mole fraction of the solute decrease. In this direction mole fraction of solvent decrease from right to left. Solvent mole fraction decrease. Solute mole fraction decrease from left to right. Okay. Then the graph is plotted between vapor pressure P versus mole fraction. Then we obtained the two straight lines which are passed through this point. So this is one of the straight line. So from this straight line what we are understanding, here solute mole fraction is less 0. From this direction solute mole fraction what happen? Increase to equal to 1. So whenever the mole fraction of the solute increase, then what happen? Vapor pressure is increase. That's why here mole fraction of the solute increase, vapor pressure also increase. So this point is vapor pressure of the pure component A. Like that here another one line is obtained from this point. From this one point here mole fraction of the solvent equal to 0. From this direction solvent reaches to 1. Means the solvent mole fraction increases, then vapor power of the solvent increase, pure solvent increase. That means this point is indicated the P0 to B. Okay. So this is the vapor power of the pure solute A. This is vapor power of the pure solvent B. Means here vapor power of A is equal to xi A into P0 A. This is the vapor power of the solvent Pb is equal to xi B into P0 B. Then next one is this is the line. This is the total pressure of the solution. So here the total pressure of the solution is various function of the mole fraction of the component. The total pressure of the solution is various linear function of mole fraction of the component. So this is the solid line is indicate the total pressure of the solution, means Pa plus Pb. P is equal to Pa plus Pb. So in this one graph, here P naught A is less, P naught B is more, means the vapor pressure of the solute is less, vapor pressure of the solvent is more. That is indicate the minimum value of total pressure, minimum value of total pressure is equal to P naught A. The maximum value of total pressure is P naught B. Means your compound 1 A is less volatile than B. That's why here A is less volatile, means the vapor pressure of A is less. That's why here vapor pressure is less. From here 0 to from this one side, here distance is less. That means vapor pressure of A is less. Here distance what happen more, vapor pressure of B is more. That's why here P is equal to P naught plus Pb. This graph is belongs to this one equation. So in this equation P naught B is more na, means vapor pressure of B is more. Then P naught A is less, vapor pressure of A is less. That's why here A less means less value. Here P naught B is more value, more minus less. So this graph is belongs to this equation. So here total pressure P equal to here P is equal to P naught B minus P naught A into Xi B plus P naught A. Okay, so this is about the graph. This graph is belonging to this equation. So here P naught A is minimum value of total power P naught A, maximum value of total power is B. That means P naught B. Here A is less volatile than B. That's why A is less volatile means less vapor pressure. B is more volatile means more vapor pressure. This is total power of the solution. This graph is belonging to this equation. Then what about the second one? This one equation. From this equation, graph is this one side. Here vapor pressure is taken on the y-axis. Here also vapor pressure is taken on the y-axis. This is mole fraction is taken on the x-axis. Here mole fraction. Okay. Here mole fraction of solute equal to 1. Here solute equal to 0. Means mole fraction of solute decrease from left side to right side, decreasing value. Solvent equal to 0. Here solvent equal to 1. Means solvent mole fraction increasing direction. Left to right solvent mole fraction increase, and left to right solute mole fraction is decrease. Okay, this is vapor pressure. Then graph is plotted between the vapor pressure versus mole fraction. We obtain two straight lines which are passed through the point. Then first one is line is obtained from this one. Means here this is mole fraction of solute. Solute mole fraction here 0, here 1 means from this direction increase. Solute mole fraction increase means its vapor pressure what happen increase according to this one. So vapor pressure is directly proportional to mole fraction of its component. Mole fraction of solute increase means vapor pressure of solute what happen increase. That's why vapor pressure of the solute increase with increase mole fraction of component. Like that from this side. Here 0 to 1 means this, from this one side what happen mole fraction of solvent increasing direction. Solvent increase means its vapor pressure also what happen? Vapor pressure of the solvent also increase. This is P naught B. This is P naught A. So P naught B means vapor partial pressure of Pb is equal to what here Pb Xi B into P naught B into P naught B. Here partial pressure of Pa is equal to Xi A into P naught A. So this is the total pressure of the solution. This is total pressure of solution. P is equal to Pa plus Pb. So in this one graph, here minimum value of total pressure is P naught B. Maximum value of total pressure is P naught A. Means here here second compound is less volatile than first compound. That's why the vapor pair of the second compound is less, vapor pair of the first compound is more. So this is A is more, P naught A, vapor pair of the solute is more, solvent is less. That's why here second equation, vapor pair of the solute P naught A is more than vapor pair of the solvent P naught B is less. So this graph is belongs to this equation. That's why here total pair P is equal to P naught A minus P naught B into xi A plus P naught B. So this is about the two graphs. So this is graph is belongs to this equation, this graph is belongs to this one equation. Then next one is the composition of vapor pressure in the solution. The composition of vapor pressure at equilibrium state with solution. The composition of vapor pressure at equilibrium state with solution is depending on the composition of vapor pressure in equilibrium state with solution is depends on partial pair of the components. That means here xi A is mole fraction of solute, means Ya is mole fraction of solute, here Yb is mole fraction of solvent. Okay, then the mole fraction of the solute is equal to partial pair of the solute divided by partial pair of the solute plus solvent. Mole fraction of solvent is equal to partial pair of solvent divided by partial pair of solute plus partial pair of the solvent. Therefore mole fraction of solute Ya is equal to Pa divided by A plus B is equal to total pressure na P total. Then Yb mole fraction of B compound is equal to Pb is divided by Pa plus Bb means total pressure of P. From this equation the partial pair of A is equal to what happened? A is equal to mole fraction of A into total pressure. So this is the partial pair of component is equal to the mole fraction of that component into its total pressure. Then mole fraction of B is equal to partial pair of B is equal to mole fraction of B into total pressure. So partial pair of B is equal to mole fraction of that compound B into its total pressure. So if the solution containing the more than two non-volatile, the solution containing the more than two volatile component. So in this solution, these two are volatile component. A is volatile component, B is volatile component. Its partial pair is Pa is equal to Ya into total pressure. Partial pair Pb is equal to Yb into total pressure. In case if the solution containing the more the number of volatile compound, at the time the partial pair of ith compound Pa is equal to, based on these two formula, Pa is equal to mole fraction of ith compound into total pressure. The solution containing more number of volatile component, then partial pair of one component or ith component is equal to mole fraction of ith component into total pressure. So this is about this concept.